Perform your best. Prostate One for natural health products are sold.
It's City News Time, 8:11.
Now traffic and weather together on the ones at the traffic center. Kyle Hawking.
This report brought to you by Kings Landing. Depending on where you're driving, if you have one of those meditation tapes, it might be a good idea to pop it on right now, especially if you're on the westbound
while you're
401.
driving. That's what
A litany
you
of
need.
issues and still some lingering volume.
Close your eyes, including the
right lane is
clouds.
blocked
Smash
from
it
collision.
there.
It is heavy from about Brock Street over to Salem because of this problem. As you go further along, we've got just volume delays across the city. Had some issues approaching Meadowvale in the Express. The right lane was blocked for the stalled transport. It looks like everything is out of live lanes. Delays gone for the most part in this area, but watch out, it's right around that bend. West of Kingston Road and Port Union in the Express as you come around that bend and up the hill. So just keep an eye out for stalled transport that was right shoulder. And again, beyond there, you're through most of the delays. We still have problems on the westbound QEW approaching Ford Drive. The left lane blocked for the collision is heavy from west of Winston Churchill to approaching Ford Drive. And switching to look at the eastbound or Toronto-bound QEW over the Burlington Skyway, 2 left lanes are being blocked up for construction. So far, no delays, but we keep an eye on that for you. We're traveling along the South 427, heading for the Gardner QEW, approaching the express ramp to the Gardner. A piece of the left lane is blocked for the collision.
A piece
So
of
that
the
is
left
causing
lane.
delays from Bloor in the express down onto that Gardner ramp. The rest of the highway is just seeing some volume ease off. On your way out of downtown, we've got still a bit of volume north on the Don Valley Parkway, Eglinton up to York Mills. Westbound Gardner looks to be in pretty good shape right now. And we'll have a look at the eastbound 401, which is still slow from approaching Mississauga Road to Mavis. 427 alternately express and collectors to about Kiel, and then from Avenue Road Express and approaching Bayview collectors to Leslie. Drop by the Concord North York Presentation Center at 1001 Shepherd Avenue East this weekend to view the Kings Landing Designer Suite and for a chance to win a $500 West Elm gift card. Your next report at 8:21, and with the forecast, here's Denise Andriacci.
Partly cloudy through the overnight tonight. Some rain snow mixing possible for Saturday, on and off throughout the day. Not a write-off of the day, but somewhat unsettled and enough active weather to make roads slick at times. Saturday night temperatures are going to be near 4 degrees, so we'll likely see a changeover to just rain showers. Sunday highs near 6 with periods of rain on and off. Lows near -5 with cloudy conditions for Sunday night. Overnight tonight, a low near -5. And right now, we're sitting at -1. We have a few clouds in the sky up at Pearson Airport. -2, clear sky there. 680 News Time, 8:13.
25 urban forestry staff from Toronto who have spent the past 2 weeks in Winnipeg are back home. The crews were helping with cleanup of the damage from the Thanksgiving weekend storm that hammered Winnipeg and led to the province of Manitoba declaring a state of emergency. The storm resulted in mass power outages and damage to about 30,000 trees. The crews from Toronto cleared the trees from significant parts of Winnipeg's residential neighborhoods. Toronto also sent 13 vehicles, including chipper trucks and bucket trucks and other forestry equipment. The city of Winnipeg is covering the added cost. Coming up in 60 seconds, we'll recap your headlines and see how the Raptors are doing tonight.
680 News Time, 8:14.
At Canadian Men's Clinic, we've treated erectile dysfunction for 22 years. The big difference is we are patient-focused, not profit-focused. Our acoustic wave therapy can provide a cure for some men and costs only $99, while other clinics offer the exact same treatment for 5 times as much. Plus, some of our options cost as little as $5, and there's no consultation fee to see a doctor.
What do you mean
for
$5? What? What are you going to do for me for $5? It's going to make my team work again. That doesn't sound right.
77.
What does your dream home look like? Hi, I'm Jeannie Becker, and for over 50
What are you going to do
years,
for
Georgian
$5?
Renovations has been
That doesn't
designing
sound
spaces
right.
you'll
That
love.
doesn't sound right.
We know how hard it is making a decision to renovate. So for a limited time only, we're offering our interior design services for the incredible value of $5,000. See your vision come to life before you decide on your renovation, and buy with confidence, knowing exactly what your dream home will look like. Schedule your design consultation today at georgianreno.com.
This is All News Radio, 680 News. We've got partly cloudy skies downtown Toronto, -1, feeling like -4. Good evening from the 680 News Broadcast Center. I'm Scott Burnett.
And I'm Christine Ritchie. Here are the top stories this hour.
Yet another delay for exhausted and angry residents of 650 Parliament who have been displaced from their homes for 15 months now after a major electrical fire back in August of 2018. Management now saying they will not have a move-in update until early next year. A teen boy is in hospital tonight after a shooting behind a Scarborough restaurant near Lawrence and Burnley. Police now searching for 2 masked suspects seen fleeing the area on foot. And keeping you and everyone around you healthy and safe. Toronto Public Health have opened 4 flu vaccine clinics across the city. Best of all, they are free for all Ontarians and will run until November 15th. It's time for 680 Sports. Let's head to Sportsnet 590. The fan and check in with Brent Gelling. Brent?
Thank you, Scott. The Raptors trailing at the start of their first game of their road trip in New Orleans. The Pelicans are up at 9-8. They'll have a chance to make it 10 with a Brandon Ingram free throw in just a second. It is in the first quarter. After this, the road trip will take the Raptors to LA, where they will visit the Lakers along with Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers. For the first time, that's on Monday. You'll be able to watch it on Sportsnet 1. If you'd like to watch something now, there is one game on the go. Robbie Fabry making a difference in Detroit. He has the Red Wings up 2-1 on the Bruins. You can watch that on Sportsnet. One game has already gone final. The Lightning getting the best of Buffalo. That one was played in Sweden. 3-2 is the final. As for the Leafs, they're off tonight. Tomorrow, they'll start a back-to-back against the Flyers before visiting Chicago on Sunday. And the Marlies and Griffins are tied up at 1 in the second period in Grand Rapids. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour or anytime on the home of Tim and Sid, now on radio and TV. Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
680 News Time 817.
It only takes one person to change the world. The Maclean's Power of One podcast brings you the gripping stories of 6 unsung heroes who made history. From the World War II double agent who saved D-Day to the greatest financial whistleblower of all time. This special 6-episode series, produced in partnership with Frequency Podcast Network, is brought to you by the latest season of Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan, only on Amazon Prime Video. Subscribe to The Power of One for free at frequencypodcastnetwork.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Royal Lighting's 8-page fall lighting sale flyer is hot off the press and loaded with incredible savings on hundreds of chandeliers, floor and table lamps, ceiling fixtures, vanity lighting, sconces, ceiling fans, and outdoor lighting. Visit Royal Lighting's huge Midtown showroom and let our professional lighting experts find the perfect light at a perfect sale price, all guaranteed in stock and ready to take home today. Save big on lighting you'll love. On sale now at Royal Lighting, 1549 Avenue Road, north of Lawrence.
680 News Time 818.
A woman has been charged after allegedly dealing drugs inside of a courthouse jail. Halton Regional Police said they learned about the alleged trafficking Monday after the suspect's cellmate overdosed on what's believed to be fentanyl. Officers at the Milton Courthouse were able to revive the woman after administering naloxone, and she later recovered in hospital. Investigators allege the suspect was able to get narcotics inside the prison by concealing them before her arrest. The 34-year-old from London, Ontario, has been charged with drug trafficking. Police say she was already in custody awaiting a bail hearing for charges including possession of a controlled substance and possession of property obtained by crime. 680 News Time 819. A U.S. security official has told impeachment investigators that the Trump administration was clear about its demands of Ukraine.
Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman testified there was no ambiguity during a White House meeting between European Union Ambassador Gordon Sondland, Ukrainian officials, and others. Vindman says Sondland specifically mentioned the Ukrainians would have to investigate Joe Biden and his son. Investigators have released transcripts of interviews with both Vindman, who serves on the National Security Council, and former White House Russia advisor Fiona Hill. Both talked about their concerns while the president pushed Ukraine to investigate Democrats in exchange for military aid. Sagar Mangani at the White House.
Italian farmers say wild boars are threatening their livelihood.
Some 1,000 farmers held up signs and ate steaming bowls of wild boar stew in front of the parliament here in Rome to call for more action against the animals they say are devastating their crops. This farmer says in one night alone, a herd of wild boars can eat half a field of corn. A doubling in Italy's wild boar population has led the animals rampaging through crops, gorging on grapes, and digging up fields. The protesters are calling for a drastic culling of boars and the creation of a national management plan. Megan Williams, ABC News, Rome.
Coming up in 60 seconds, traffic and
farmers,
together.
you already know how to turn that shit into
Seattle
soup and you're complaining. I don't understand. You should be the kings of boar soup right now. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
680 News Time 820.
Yeah, I've been in Toronto my whole life, bro.
From Factory Tile Depot. Attention contractors. We've got you covered.
I've been in
for
Toronto
specialty
my
tiling
whole
tools
life,
like Piranha
dog.
Diamond core bits and the Pegrin leveling system. But the
I've gotten
retention
around, don't get me wrong. I've been to
like our
small towns
co-expert
and
Ryan. Yes, he knows more than your lazy, good-for-nothing nephew. But we like our Ryan. So hands off. Factory Tile Depot. Everything
You
you
get this
need.
in me, I'll be more
Except
talkative,
Brian.
bro.
Check out our new Pro Center in Milton, our showrooms in Burlington, Mississauga, Milton, and Oakville, or shop online at factorytiledepot.ca. This Movember, here's to the straggly mustaches, the lopsided ones, the oddly sexy ones, the itchy, patchy, raggedy ones, the peach fuzz ones, the hey, I look good with this ones, the scruffy ones, the black, blonde, red, and gray ones, the ones grown by dad.
I remember Toronto before crack cocaine hit.
They all raise awareness.
That's how long I've been here.
Start conversations and save lives. Because wherever you grow, we'll save a grow. Donate now at Movember.com.
680 News Time 821.
Traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Kyle Hawking.
This report is brought to you by OFX Global Money Transfers. Hey, what do you know? We have more new problems to report. I don't think I've been able to say no new problems in a report for hours now. Every report, there's a new collision. This one's on the eastbound 401. It looks like approaching Bayview, and the collectors have a lane blocked for the crash. I don't yet have a view of this on camera, but first of all, you've got delays to get through from approaching Dixon to the 400 Express and collectors. Last bit of volume to ease off through that stretch. And then it's busy Young and the collectors to approaching Bayview, where this new problem is. We've also got volume delays approaching Kennedy and the collectors, and then from east of Westney to east of Salem. Why so busy in Durham region, you might ask? Well, we have a problem on the westbound 401. As you approach Salem, the right lane is blocked for a collision cleanup, and we have lots of emergency crews on scene with it, heavy from Brock Street to approaching Salem. Further along the westbound 401, not doing too badly until you get to the Allen. West of the Allen in the collectors, two left lanes are blocked with a new crash, and it's heavy approaching the Allen to west of it in the collectors. If you're traveling the westbound QEW, problems west of, approaching Ford Drive have just cleared, so we're seeing still a heavy delay. Actually, it's not too bad in terms of the volume through here. Just slow through Ford Drive. Now that all lanes are open, that'll ease quickly. And already eased off for problems we had and delays on the southbound 427 approaching the express ramp to the Gardner. All lanes are open there now. Delays are already gone. Still a stalled cement truck northbound on the Allen at Lawrence, blocking the right lane. And
the cement's gonna harden up inside the
you
thing.
can't quite see it until you come right up to it. It looks like it's in the process of slowly pulling away now, though, so this should be gone within the next few minutes. OFX, the money transfer specialists, help businesses and individuals move money globally with a secure digital experience and 24/7 human support. More at OFX.com. Your next report at 8:31, and with the extended forecast, here's Denise Hadriachi.
Partly cloudy overnight tonight. Some flurries and rain showers mixing on Saturday. Saturday night temperatures near 4 degrees, so we'll likely see a change over to just some rain showers. We're expecting periods of rain for Sunday, highs near 6 degrees. Some system snow for Monday. About 5 to 10 centimeters possible. Timing right now looks to be your Monday night, but we'll keep you up to date with that throughout the entire weekend. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy and -5. And right now in downtown Toronto, it is -1, feeling like -6 with a clear sky. Up at Pearson Airport, a -2, clear sky there as well.
Coming up at 8:30, yet another delay from the management at 650 Parliament, who refused to say when 1,500 residents who have been displaced for 15 months after an electrical fire will be able to move back into their homes. Our Caitlin Lee's on the story. We'll have the details for you straight ahead.
680 News Time, 8:24.
Legally, they're responsible for paying for them to be put in hotels and shit. That didn't happen. I don't understand how they get away with this bullshit.
Adventure-ready RAV4 with available all-wheel drive. Find the Toyota that's right for you. Lease the 2020 RAV4 all-wheel drive LE for as low as $96 weekly at 3.99% APR for 52 months with $0 down. Or finance at 2.99% APR for 36 months. Visit your local Ontario Toyota dealer or getyourtoyota.ca. Some conditions apply.
Making your smart speaker even smarter.
Alexa, play 680 News.
Playing 680 News.
Toronto and Seattle take to the pitch on Sunday for the 2019 MLS Cup final in Seattle. The mayors of both cities are getting in on the action as well. John Tory and Jenny Durkin making a friendly bet. If Toronto should lose, the Tory will be sending 3 albums from Toronto area artists, including Drake's Take Care, The Weeknd Starboy, and Blue Rodeo's Lost Together. He would also
how did you put those two together with Blue Rodeo?
Toronto signed in front of City Hall Green on the following Friday.
No wonder the people are laughing at us.
Sounders FC scarf for a full day If Toronto FC wins, Seattle's mayor will be sending Tory 3 albums from their city, plus
Nirvana,
a basket of
Hendrix,
Seattle-made products like
and it
Seattle
doesn't matter
City
who
Hall up
else.
in red up on the following Friday and wear a TFC scarf for a full day. Both mayors have also agreed to donate $300 to the United Way for every goal scored by their respective teams.
680 News Time, 8:25.
Tanya likes to avoid risks. She's never made a souffle for fear that it won't rise. She won't text her friends because they might not text her back. But she does like investing with HSBC's new GIC offer because there's no risk at all. It's guaranteed to give her 2.15% interest over 12 months.
Ooh.
A year from now, she'll spend her returns on some neutral colored furniture. Get 2.15% per annum on a 12-month non-redeemable GIC until December 31st, 2019. Terms apply. Learn more at hsbc.ca/GIC.
Dad, customers are asking about Black Friday. They want turntables and TVs and speakers and headphones, but they want the deals right now. Right now works for me. Come to Bay Bloor Radio, where we're offering Black Friday pricing right now. Buy with confidence from a store you can trust. And if our pricing does go lower for Black Friday, we'll absolutely refund you the difference.
There's only one Bay Bloor Radio. The right sound for the right price.
How's it? Brought to you by Salesforce. Here's Richard.
Happy Friday to you. Well, talk about shelling out crazy money. This is on a crustacean craze. The world's most expensive snow crab has just been sold in Japan. Get this, a man paid 5 million yen. That's just over 60,000 Canadian for a male snow crab that weighed just 2.7 pounds. The winning bidder said, quote, "I'm sure the taste of the crab matches the price." You sure about that? You know, the big money paid though actually had nothing to do with the crab itself. In Japan, fishing season is celebrated with a kickoff called the Quotation Market. It takes place every November 7th, and it's believed traditionally that the winning bidder of the first crab will have all the luck and the fortune, and that's why it went for such big money. Well, things going swimmingly on the Toronto stock market. Canada's main stock index higher for a 6th straight session. TSX up 71 points to 16,877. It's up almost 18% on the year now, up 1.7% on the week. Winners today were the Canada stocks. We had Canopy Growth up 12.7%, Aurora up 6 3/4. Price of oil up 9 cents to $57.24 per barrel. Price of gold lower to $1,462 the ounce. Canadian job market unexpectedly lost 1,800 jobs in the month of October, although the unemployment rate held steady 5.5%. It's softened. On Wall Street, the Dow was up 6 points. S&P gained 7. The Nasdaq up 40. The loonie down to 75.6 cents US. At the Business Center, I'm Richard Southern.
Every Volvo is thoughtfully made with you and your family in mind. Designed to spoil with unprecedented luxury and Scandinavian craftsmanship. And with legendary safety features that come standard, you can help protect what matters most. The Volvo Family Event is the perfect time to get the vehicle your family deserves. Lease or finance at 2.9% and receive a holiday bonus of up to $4,000 on select models. Visit your GTA Volvo retailer or volvocars.ca.
Rexall can help you realize getting a flu shot is a really good idea. Oh, our vacation down to Florida can't come soon enough. I'm going to relax on all the beaches. I'm going to do all the shopping. I'm going to reply to none of the emails. I can't get sick right now.
Wait a minute. I'm going to be the one driving us and the kids in the minivan. I can't get sick right now.
199 kilometers an hour.
Help protect yourself and your loved ones from the flu. Get your flu shot at Rexall. Visit Rexall.ca for details.
It's time for the 680 News Business Travelers Forecast, brought to you by Park and Fly. Start your trip at Park and Fly Valet and give your car that optional detailing or oil change it needs all while you're away. Let Park and Fly help you free up your weekend. Visit parkandfly.ca for details.
Vancouver tomorrow morning, possible drizzle, 10 degrees if you're waking up in Calgary, foggy and -4, -8 and foggy in Edmonton, 12 degrees in San Francisco, partly cloudy if you're headed to Los Angeles. Lucky you, clear and 22 degrees. In Orlando, Florida, clear 19, Miami, mostly cloudy and 23. This is CFTR 680 News. It's 8:38.
Number 1 for news in Toronto. This is 680 News.
Here are Scott Burnett and Kristen
Christine Ritchie. Good evening. This is Friday, November 8th.
Here's what's making news right now.
They've been out of the home for 15 months already. Now it will be 2020 before residents of 650 Parliament can move back in. A 29-year-old man in hospital this hour after he was shot in Brampton. Police now looking for a suspect.
A serious crash on eastbound 401 near Weston, leaving a woman in hospital with life-threatening injuries.
You might want to add this to your weekend to-do list. Get a flu shot.
The Raptors look for a second straight win. They're on the road in New Orleans to start up a 5-game road trip, and it's a light night on the ice tonight. Sports at 45.
Market down as another winner of the TSX higher for a 6th straight day. New records on Wall Street, and Canadian auto parts makers take a hit because of the GM strike in the States. Business at 56.
680 News Time 831.
With your Friday night drive, here's Kyle Hawking.
This report is brought to you by 407 ETR, and would you look at that? Another new problem. Who would have guessed today? This one's on the westbound 401 west of Kennedy in the collectors. Right lane's blocked up by crews. They're cleaning up a crash on the shoulder. So as you travel through here, it is actually not too bad in terms of the volume, but yet another spot where a lane is blocked. Now, before you get there, I should mention this is out of order, but West 401 approaching Salem Road in Ajax, everything is once again on the shoulder, so no lanes are blocked through here with this ongoing crash cleanup, but slow Brock Street to approaching Salem. We did have an issue approaching Meadowvale in the Express. All transport's been towed away there, so no delay left in that area. Then you'll pass by that issue west of Kennedy in the collectors. No delay in this area, but problems on the West 401 west of the Allen in the collectors. 2 left lanes blocked with crash cleanup here, and slow approaching the Allen to west of it in the collectors. Very heavy. Comes to a stop rather suddenly. Take the express lanes through there if you can, but then make sure you try and jump back into the collectors because the express lanes slow down from Kiel to the 400. Eastbound 401, I now have a view of this collision approaching Bayview in the collectors. 2 left lanes are blocked with a crash. We have crews on the scene. It is first slow on the East 401 approaching Dixon to the 400 express and collectors, and then gets very heavy approaching Young to approaching Bayview in the collectors. Beyond that, not bad. Minor delay through Salem on the East 401 because of the earlier westbound issues that were causing quite the scene. If you're traveling the rest of the highways, let's drive this lightening up. We do have an issue on the eastbound Gardner construction related. Approaching Jarvis, crews are parked in the right lane, so it is slow from Parkside to approaching Jarvis. 407 ETR is the fast, safe, and reliable choice for small business.
No, they don't tell you.
Over 7.7
Do they know you have a radio station, though, that you could tell us?
Bottom line. Next report at 8:41, and with the forecast, here's Denise Andriacci.
Partly cloudy through the overnight tonight. We've got a rain-snow mix possible for Saturday. It's not all that widespread or all day, but we're certainly in this risk for seeing a little bit of active weather through the day on Saturday, on and off. Highs near about 3 degrees for the afternoon, but actually temperatures seem to rise for Saturday night near 4 degrees with still that rain snow mixing and then changing over to some rain. Your overnight low tonight, -5.
Downtown Toronto this hour, a partly cloudy sky, -1, feeling like -4. 680 News Time 833.
Some 1,500 residents of a Cabbagetown apartment building have been out of their homes since August of 2018. And now today, they learned they won't be allowed back in until sometime in 2020.
680's Caitlin.
Just sometime.
The fire that forced tenants out of 650 Parliament was ruled as a catastrophic electrical failure by the Ontario Fire Marshal. The building's management now says that electrical system has been completely rebuilt. However, there are many cosmetic details that still need to be finished, and they won't be providing information about a move back in until early next year. Mark Slapinski, who runs the Displaced Residents of 650 Parliament Twitter account, says it's frustrating and he doesn't know what's taking so long.
Certain parts of the building, you can still see pipes and walls been removed. There's still people stuck in the units that haven't been removed yet. So I think it's moving along. I don't know if it's going to get done by January. I can't tell.
Slapinski says the worst part is knowing they'll be spending another holiday out of their apartments. I'm Caitlin Lee. A shooting in Brampton has sent one person to hospital around 5:30 this afternoon. Peel police say a 29-year-old man was found injured after driving himself a short distance from the crime scene. He's in non-life-threatening condition. Investigators later determined the shots were fired near Queen and Finchgate Boulevard. There's still no word on a suspect description.
A woman is fighting for her life in hospital after a single vehicle crash on the 401. Police say it happened around 4:30 this afternoon near the eastbound collector lanes approaching Weston Road. Police arrived on the scene to find the victim without vital signs. We still don't know how the woman sustained her injuries.
A teenage boy has been rushed to hospital after a stabbing in Scarborough. Toronto police say it happened behind a restaurant near Ben Stanton Boulevard and Lawrence Avenue East, just west of Bellamy Road. The victim has serious injuries. Investigators, meantime, are searching for two masked men seen running away on foot.
680 News Time, 8:35. After 3 days on the stand, Devontae Miller has wrapped up his testimony at the trial of the two brothers accused of beating him. 680's Moment Koreshi joins us from outside the Oshawa courthouse with the latest.
Devontae Miller has been calm and relaxed during his 3 days of testimony. But at this exact moment, he looks a little uncomfortable as the audio of the 911 call from the night he was allegedly beaten with a pipe by off-duty Toronto police officer Michael Theriault and his brother Christian is played over the loudspeaker in the courtroom. When it finishes, Miller softly says, "I kind of hate hearing that." Defense lawyer Michael Lacey responds, "I don't mean to cause you to feel uncomfortable." In his testimony, Miller has talked about not being able to watch the news because he doesn't like seeing photos of himself from that night with broken bones and a bloody eye that he permanently lost sight in. Miller has now wrapped up his testimony. The trial continues on Tuesday. In Oshawa, I'm Owen Koresh.
The province's public elementary teachers are another step closer to being in a legal strike position. The union representing the 83,000 workers says it's received a no board report, meaning teachers could walk off the job November 25th. 680's Cam Dora joins us with the latest.
Parents of kids between kindergarten and grade 8 may want to have a plan in place if teachers walk off the job. In just over 2 weeks, come November 25th, 83,000 elementary teachers and professionals will have the legal right to strike after the ETFO received a no board report from the Ministry of Labor. Union President Sam Hammond was unavailable for an interview, but released a statement saying the ETFO is fighting for investment, not cuts in education. But, quote, Doug Ford's Minister Stephen Lecce isn't listening. I've also reached out to Minister Lecce, and he too was unavailable for an interview. Again, it is important to remember that just because a strike can happen doesn't necessarily mean it will. The union continues to say they want to deal, but in 17 days,
give us enough money, we might not.
Empty. I'm Cam Doritz.
The high fever, chills, and muscle aches from the flu, highly contagious and easily transferred through a simple cough, sneeze, or even contact with contaminated hands. To avoid getting sick, Toronto Public Health taking preventative action by opening 4 flu vaccine clinics starting today. Dr. Vina Dubé says it's important to get the shots every year.
The influenza virus typically starts spreading in the community late fall, early winter. And each year, the strains of the flu that spread are different. And so that's why it's important to be vaccinated each and every year. Getting vaccinated in November, make sure that you have protection on board before the virus starts circulating widely in the community.
Also, for the elderly, you can ask about high-dose vaccines designed to provide better protection. And if you don't have a health card, don't worry. The clinics are free to all Ontarians and open to those with proof of residency.
Ontario is building a memorial to honor veterans who fought in Afghanistan. Premier Doug Ford unveiled the design of the monument today and says it will help future generations remember Canada's role in that war and the 158 Canadian soldiers who died.
This memorial will be a space for all Ontarians and Canadians to connect with history. Read about the sacrifices that were made in the name of freedom and remember those who made them.
The government plans to have the monument ready for next Remembrance Day, and it will be built on the south lawn of the legislature within the existing Ontario Veterans Memorial. Coming up in 30 seconds, we'll take a look at your weekend gas prices.
680 News Time, 8:39.
Oh, your beat is conflicting with the beat in my head.
Is on now, helping you save on travel. Book a Western vacation package through redtag.ca and instantly save. Plus, get 250 air miles bonus miles with your trip. Book your vacation.
I should sit facing this way every time. Teacher at Etobicoke School arrested for sexual assault of student. You people are lazy. Photo credit, Google Maps. Thank you. People are fucking lazy. I could have typed that in and found that. A teacher at Father John Redmond Catholic Secondary School has been arrested for allegedly sexually assaulting a female student. Toronto police allege Andrew Lee, 42, of Hamilton, sexually exploited a 16-year-old student between February 2013 and September 2014. Lee has been employed with the Toronto Catholic District School Board since 2007, previously working at St. Basil the Great College School from 2007 to 2008, and then Father John Redmond from 2008 to 2019. He is facing a charge of sexual assault and sexual exploitation. Lee was scheduled to appear in court on Friday. The Toronto Catholic District School Board says Lee has not been working for any TCDSB schools since the allegation was brought to the board's, I'm assuming, attention, and called the allegations troubling. In a statement provided to City News, the board said staff, students, and parents have been notified about the matter and additional supports have been provided. Additional supports? What the fuck does that mean? Burlington man is license suspended, faces hefty fine for street racing. A 25-year-old Burlington man has lost his license for at least a week after he was caught street racing. OPP Sergeant Kerry Schmidt said, "Hello, Mr. Celebrity Cop." Says the G2 driver was clocked going 199 kilometers an hour on the westbound QEW at Dorval Drive in Oakville around 2:30 a.m. Quote, "Going double the speed limit is dangerous and completely unacceptable," Schmidt tells 680 News. He has a week to think about this and what he wants to do when he finally does get his license back. Schmidt adds, along with having his vehicle impounded, the man also faces a penalty of up to $10,000. Bail revoked for RCMP intelligence official. This is treason. Awaiting trial in secrets case. A judge has revoked bail for a senior RCMP official awaiting trial on charges of breaking Canada's secrets law. Under the terms of bail set last month, Cameron J. Ortiz was living with his parents in Abbotsford, BC, had to report to the RCMP once a week, and was forbidden from using any device that connects to the internet. That's a lot of shit, eh? Well, what if you have a fridge in your house? Ontario Superior Court Justice Mark LaBrosse said Friday that Ortiz would be returned to custody as a result of a review requested by the Crown. The reasons for LaBrosse's decision and details of the Crown's review application heard last week are covered by a publication ban. Ortiz, 47, faces charges under the Security of Information Act for allegedly disclosing secrets to an unknown recipient and planning to reveal additional classified information to an unspecified foreign entity. He faces a total of 7 counts under various provisions dating from as early as January 1st, 2015 to September 12th of this year. Unlike the case for many criminal offenses, Ortiz has the burden of demonstrating why he should be freed on bail while he awaits trial on the secrets law charges. No trial date has been set. The bail conditions established last month required that Ortiz and his parents, who were acting as sureties, each post a $125,000 bond. One of his parents was to be in the BC residence with him at all times and accompany him on outings. All phones, computers, and tablets in the home were to be password protected and locked away when not in the possession of Ortiz's parents. In addition, Ortiz could not attend any place that had public internet access, was forbidden from possessing weapons, and was required to surrender his passport to authorities. The Security of Information Act, passed following the 9/11 attacks on the United States, is intended to safeguard sensitive government secrets. Charges have been rare, but Jeffrey Paul Delisle, a naval officer who gave classified material to Russia, pleaded guilty to offenses under the Act of 2012. Remember him? RCMP Commissioner Brenda Lucki has said the allegations against Ortiz are unsettling, noting that as Director General of the Force's National Intelligence Coordination Center, he had access to information from domestic and international allies. Lucki told a news conference in September that investigators came across documents during a joint investigation with the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation that led the Mounties to believe there could be some kind of, quote, internal corruption. And the only comment says, isn't it called treason? Yes, I do believe it is. You know, they could just shoot him for this. And man shot in Brampton, so they just told us about that. No, I missed one.
Well, the Canucks and Jets are scoreless after the first. The Lightnings and Sabres, they played in Sweden this afternoon. Sam Reinhart had a pair of goals for Buffalo, but it's not enough. The Lightning win it 3-2. The Leafs get the night off tomorrow. They start a back-to-back at home against the Flyers. Sunday, they will visit the Blackhawks in Chicago. And the Marlies and Griffins are tied through 2 periods in Grand Rapids. It's tied at 1. Igor Korshkov has the Marlies goal. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour or anytime on the home of Tim and Sid, now on radio and TV. Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
680 News Time, 846.
Need more dough for your bakery?
ThinkingCapital.ca/radio.
Want to give your beauty salon a makeover?
ThinkingCapital.ca/radio.
Does your auto shop need a boost?
ThinkingCapital.ca/radio.
Whatever small business you run, they can help. Apply for a small business loan today at thinkingcapital.ca/radio. You could receive up to $300,000 in as little as 24 hours.
ThinkingCapital.ca/radio.
It's just that easy.
I have your coffee. What's wrong? I'm just stressed. I have to move 200 people to the first floor. Call by design. I have to find moving bins, install workstations, old furniture removal. Call by design. Find an IT team, storage, and hang pictures. Call by design. They do everything. Everything? Well, everything except getting your people to stop popping the bubble wrap.
By Design Commercial Moving Solutions. We move small offices to large warehouses and everything in between. When you look good, it's by design. Contact us at bydesignofficemovers.com.
680 News Time, 847.
A mysterious wave of unexplained text messages swept cell phones in the U.S. earlier this week. Nobody is explaining exactly why this happened, but some folks suddenly got inexplicable text messages from family, friends, ex-boyfriends, girlfriends. One woman woke up at 5 in the morning to a text from her sister that just said, OMG. Her sister didn't answer the phone, nor did the woman's husband, so she woke up her mom and freaked her out, only to find out 3 hours later that everything was fine. It seems that old texts sent in the springtime suddenly showed up on people's phones. Phone companies are blaming others and not providing any further explanation. I'm Rita Foley. O.J. Simpson is back in the news, and he's pressing charges.
O.J. Simpson is suing the Cosmopolitan Hotel in Las Vegas, which banned him in 2017. He alleges unnamed employees at the Cosmo defamed him by telling TMZ he had been drunk and unruly. Simpson is on parole for his 2008 armed robbery and kidnapping conviction. He claims he was at the hotel with friends when a security guard notified him he was banned from returning, but he says he was never given a reason why. Simpson denies he was belligerent. The Cosmo Hotel isn't commenting. Alex Stone, EBC News.
The U.S. Centers for Disease Control are reporting a breakthrough in their investigation into the cause of an outbreak of vaping illnesses.
We have detected a potential toxin of concern, vitamin E acetate.
The CDC's Dr. Ian Schuchat says it was found in all 29 lung fluid samples tested. Vitamin E acetate is used as a thickener in vaping fluid, particularly black market vape cartridges. While vitamin E is safe as a pill or on the skin, there's a big difference when it's inhaled into the lungs. Schuchat says it's too early to rule out other toxins may be involved, but the finding does reinforce the CDC's recommendations.
Do not use e-cigarette or vaping products that contain THC.
Particularly from informal sources like friends, family, online dealers, or the illicit market. I'm Ben Thomas.
A popular rapper is putting his European legal troubles behind him.
Okay, news. Rapper A$AP Rocky is returning to the scene of the crime, literally going back to Sweden for a concert, less than 3 months after a Swedish court convicted him of assault after a street fight in Stockholm in June, which became an international incident. Rocky was held in jail for a month while awaiting trial. President Trump repeatedly called for his release. After being found guilty, Rocky and 2 members of his entourage were ordered to pay over $1,000 to the victims. The Stockholm concert is set for December 11th. Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Hollywood.
Coming up, traffic and weather together on the ones, and a 12-year-old Oshawa boy charged in an online threatening investigation.
680 News Time, 8:50.
You text it, DM it, say it 5 times a week. Let's grab a drink soon, ? It should be more like, let's grab a drink soon, ! Because not everyone who says it, does it. If you miss your crew, why wait for them to make plans? Hit someone up you said it to 3 weeks ago. You'll laugh, catch up, remember the good times. So will they. When's the last time you made a drink soon happen? JP Weisers. Hold it high. Please enjoy responsibly.
It's Sleep Country's 25th birthday, but right now you get the gift. As a thank you for 25 amazing years, you'll get a free $25 birthday promo card at any Sleep Country store. It's good for anything, including mattresses, headboards, and bedding, like pillows, duvets, sheets, and more, with no minimum to spend. It's our gift to you, so get yours before November 12th. It all ends Tuesday. Sleep Country, all for sleep. 1 card per person per transaction. Card expires November 12th, 2019. Cannot be combined with gift card purchases. Use in store or online. See in store for details.
51.
Look at your drive. Kyle Huggins.
This report brought to you by Queen Smith MBA in Toronto. I guess I jinxed it because now we have 2 new problems on the westbound 401. West 401 hasn't been trouble-free since early this afternoon. We've had a problem on the West 401 since about 1 o'clock until now. So I'm not exactly sure what the deal is with the westbound 401 this afternoon, but here's the rundown. Problems on the West 401 approaching Salem have now cleared. It's still busy 412 over to Salem. Now we have a problem on the ramp to Westney. The right lane is blocked with a stolen vehicle on that ramp, not causing a major issue, but watch out for it. The stolen vehicle we had west on the 401 west of Kennedy in the collectors is now cleared. Still issues west 401 west of the Allen in the collectors. The 2 left lanes and the right lane are blocked with a collision. Crews are on the scene here. Slow from the Allen in the collectors to west of it, and it comes to a stop rather suddenly, so just keep an eye out for that. And now a new problem, West 401 at the 400, right underneath the 400 overpass in the express. Right lane is blocked with a collision involving a box truck, it looks like, and slow from west of Keel over to the 400 in the express. Eastbound 401, just seeing a minor delay from Young to Leslie, mainly in the collectors, and this is leftover volume from an earlier problem near Bayview that cleared. If you're traveling into downtown in the eastbound Gardner, still a bit busy approaching Spadina to the Jarvis ramp, but it's starting to ease off nicely now. No problems on the westbound Gardner or QEW. We do have on the Don Valley Parkway north and southbound, pretty smooth drive. In fact, no problems there if you're traveling into or out of downtown. A bit of volume on the Toronto-bound QEW over the Burlington Skyway. We've got 2 left lanes blocked for construction, so that's slowing things down there. Earn your MBA from Queen Smith School of Business right here in Toronto. Find out more at smithmbaintoronto.com. Your next report at 9:01, and with the forecast, here's Denise Andriacci.
Partly cloudy through the overnight tonight. Kind of active on Saturday. We're seeing on and off bouts of some mixed precipitation. Saturday night, temperatures near about 4 degrees, so we'll likely see that mixed wet weather change over to just showers. Periods of rain for Sunday, highs near 6 degrees, cloudy and -5 Sunday night. We are looking at temperatures near -2 for Monday, with some system snow on the way. Right now, it looks like 5 to 10 centimeters, especially along that 401 corridor through the GTA. Looks like Monday night, but if that changes, we'll let you know. It may change because we're still a few days out, so we'll keep you up to date with that. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy and -5.
Right now in downtown Toronto, we've got a mostly clear sky this evening, -1, feeling like -6. At Pearson this hour, clear and -4, though, with that wind chill making it feel like a chilly -8.
This extended forecast is brought to you by United Way. The GTA stands out in a lot of ways, like the fact that it's the poverty capital of Canada. Help United Way fight local poverty at unitedwaygt.org.
Coming up at 9 o'clock, the latest on bad news for some 1,500 residents of an apartment building on Parliament Street. They've been without a home since August of 2018 after a major electrical fire. The management company announcing today that they won't be back in their homes until sometime in 2020.
680 News Time 854.
Being an entrepreneur means always having ideas to grow my business. And when I turned to BDC to bring my ideas to life, they came up with solutions I hadn't even thought of.
At BDC, being the only bank exclusively devoted to entrepreneurs means investing ourselves 100% in our clients' projects. So when you turn to us to help grow your business, it's our turn to come up with ideas.
Go further with BDC. BDC. Financing, advising, smarts.
A 12-year-old Oshawa boy has been charged in an online threatening investigation. Durham police say last Sunday the boy was chatting online with an 11-year-old boy. Police say he told the younger boy he was going to his school in Oshawa with a gun to harm him. The 11-year-old told his mother, who contacted police. Investigators say the 12-year-old does not have access to a weapon and no one was hurt. The name of the school is being withheld to protect the identity of the victim. Coming up in a minute's time, we'll have the business report.
680 News Time 855.
No, you're withholding the names so that people that don't
feeling
know.
okay? Yeah, of course. You look a little pale. Huh? Yeah, you're white as a ghost. Go look in the bathroom mirror. That's odd.
Hey, you redid your bathroom.
You like it, huh?
Yeah. Wait a minute, I don't look pale. It's okay to be proud of your renos. This weekend at Ronan, save 20% on the product of your choice when you spend $100 or more. And until Wednesday, save 25% on select cans of Seco Specialty Paint. Conditions apply. Some things just don't fit. Like a car that doesn't suit your lifestyle. That's why Toyota offers the fun-to-drive Corolla with available winter features like heated seats and heated side mirrors. Find the Toyota that's right for you. Lease the 2020 Corolla L for as low as $57 weekly at 2.99% APR for 52 months with $0 down, or finance at 0.49% APR for 36 months. Visit your local Ontario Toyota dealer or getyourtoyota.ca. Some conditions apply.
Now, the business report, here's Richard Southern.
We pushed it earlier. Why doesn't it
winning
fucking work?
week for stocks and new record highs for the S&P and the NASDAQ in the Friday trade as investors continue to anticipate a trade deal between the United States and China. But experts say the rally could be tested next week by two key events. Most importantly, U.S. President Trump set to speak to the Economic Club of New York during a Tuesday luncheon. Investors are hoping for clarity on a possible U.S.-China trade deal during that particular speech. As well, the U.S. Fed chairman set to speak Wednesday to the Congressional Joint Economic Committee, so could get a further outlook on U.S. interest rate policy there. The TSX today up 71 points to 16,877. It was higher on the weekend, is up almost 18% on the year now. Big day for Canada stocks. Canopy Growth gaining more than 12%. Chronos up 7.6. Aurora up 6.75% today. Price of oil up 9 cents to $57.24 per barrel. Energy stocks were positive as a group. Suncor closing up at $42.66 per share. Gold falling $3.50 to $1,462 the ounce. Canadian auto parts makers are taking a financial hit because of the now resolved General Motors strike in the United States. Magna International revised its annual sales outlook downwards due to that strike, which temporarily left 48,000 GM workers out of work and which disrupted the supply chain. Magna stock falling 11 cents to $74.74. The Dow was up 6 today. S&P up 7 at a record close, and the NASDAQ up 40. Shares in Gap fell 7.5%. Its CEO stepping down, and the earnings not up to snuff. Canadian dollar sliding 3100s to 75.6 cents U.S. At the Business Center, I'm Richard Southern.
Everyone's talking about the hit musical sensation Come From Away. It's a true story. Thousands of people stranded in a small town in Newfoundland on 9/11. The locals, they opened up their homes. What happened that week?